Hello, welcome to our news broadcast daily, and following are the headlines.
General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng works with Party Central Committee Theory Council. East issue highlighted at Foreign Ministry press conference. Cham ethnic people welcomes traditional Ramuan festival.
General Secretary Nguyễn Phú Trọng had working sessions with Party Central Committee's Theory Council in Hanoi on June 26th. The sessions focused on the Council's 6-month performance and its tasks in the remaining months of this year.
Party leader Trọng said the Council has affirmed its increasing role in implementation of projects on political theories and protecting the party's viewpoints and policies. He said the Council has fulfilled its role as a standing body of the Steering Committee on reviewing the 30-year renewal process. It has also actively engaged in drafting documents to be submitted to the 12th National Party Congress, he said. However, he pointed out the Council's shortcomings in the first half of the year, such as low working quality and efficiency and unqualified staff. The party leader urged the Council to focus on drafting 30-year renewal reports and documents to be submitted to the 12th Party National Party Congress while completing 21 projects on political theories.
Prime Minister Nguyễn Tấn Dũng has asked ministries, agencies and localities to accelerate the application of information technology in state management, especially in the fields of health, education, tax and customs.
Presiding over the first plenary meeting of the National Committee on Information Technology held in Hanoi on June 26th, Prime Minister Dũng, who is chairman of the committee, highlighted the importance of IT application to the country's socio-economic development. He directed ministries and agencies to further develop the IT sector, focusing on human resources, infrastructure and application. He said the move aims to create a momentum for the national socio-economic growth and improve the competitive edge of the economy. In the time ahead, priority will be given to building the e-government, setting up a national database system and a system dedicated to state management, and providing online public services. Participants recommended some measures to boost the application of IT in the operation of state-owned agencies and its difficulties in establishing and managing the data system, besides solutions to data and internet security.
Vietnam has full evidence proving that Chinese vessels have knocked and caused damage for Vietnamese ships.
The remark was made by Ha Lê, deputy head of the Vietnam Fisheries Resources Surveillance Department under the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development at a press conference held by the Foreign Ministry in Hanoi on June 26th. The conference also heard recent developments in the EC after China dispatched an oil rig and escort ships to Vietnam's continental shelf and exclusive economic zone. Lê said Vietnam strongly opposes the information released on June 24th by Chinese Foreign Ministry that Vietnam has harassed China's sovereignty protection. Lê cited the incident on June 23rd when two Chinese tugboats and a maritime patrol ship blocked a Vietnamese fisheries surveillance ship and steadied it on one side. The action allowed tugboat coded Sinh Hai 285 to strongly ram into the other side of the Vietnamese ship, causing serious damage to the ship. At the same time, China has mobilized 4 steel fishing boats around the Deering rig, disrupting normal activities of Vietnamese fishing boats. According to him, the Chinese side has damaged 17 Vietnamese fishing boats and injured dozens of Vietnamese fishermen. Ngô Ngọc Thu, deputy commander of the Vietnam Coast Guard High Command, said every day China maintains between 109 and 125 vessels, including 4 to 6 warships, to protect its oil rig that is illegally stationed in Vietnam's waters. China's reconnaissance aircraft and helicopters fly 300 to 1,500 meters above Vietnamese ships to threaten and make Vietnam's fisheries surveillance authorities nervous. Chinese ships constantly follow close behind and obstruct law enforcement operations of the authorities. They also form a line to violently block Vietnamese fishing boats from operating in their traditional fishing grounds.
Officials from the steering committee for the Central Highlands on June 26th worked with authorities from the region and the southern province of Bình Phước to step up the popularization of state regulations on belief and religions, especially among ethnic minority people.
The session took place in Buôn Ma Thuột city of Đắk Lắk province on June 26th. Reports at the event revealed that, in recent years, some extremists have incited over 4,000 locals in regional localities to join in heresies. However, local authorities have managed to deal with the phenomenon. Officers have intensified the state management work on religions and create all favorable conditions for followers and dignitaries to practice their folk belief. The region counts over 2 million followers, accounting for 36% of the total population, with nearly 500,000 from ethnic minority groups. Vietnam is home to many religions and beliefs: Many Buddhism, Catholicism, Hoa Hảo, Cao Đài, Protestantism, and Islam.
The European Union remained one of the leading providers of official development assistance to Vietnam in 2013, with a total $619.8 million disbursed during last year.
According to an annual report on EU development cooperation in Vietnam released in Hanoi on June 25th, the funding focused on institution building, technology transfer, infrastructure development, and health. Between 2007 and 2013, the EU disbursed a total of $4.89 billion, with 55% in non-refundable aid, making it the biggest provider of non-refundable ODA for Vietnam. In 2014, the 28 member bloc has pledged to provide the country with $736.7 million, with 24% in non-refundable aid. In the 2014-2020 period, the EU vows to offer a higher volume of ODA for Vietnam, focusing on promoting sustainable energy development and building a law-governed state. The EU is also Vietnam's largest trade partner, buying around $25 billion worth of goods from the country in 2013.
Vietnam has pledged to strengthen its economic bonds with member nations of the Francophone community and facilitate links between their businesses and banks.
The commitment was made at a two-day forum that opened in Ho Chi Minh City on June 25th. The event aimed to step up cooperation between banks in Francophone states in Africa and ASEAN. The forum's objective is to further boost two-way trade between Vietnam and African countries, as well as among Francophone member countries. ASEAN, Africa, and the Francophone community have made progress in trade and investment ties, notably two-way trade between Vietnam and Africa reaching $4.9 billion in 2013, up 22% against the previous year. According to the Vietnam Chamber of Commerce and Industry, other trade and investment ties between Vietnam and its African partners have improved continuously. The two sides still face many obstacles, especially regarding payments. To tackle the difficulties, state agencies and trade promotion organizations of both sides have held dialogues with credit institutions and banks on this issue. Some connections have been set up, but no specific agreement on support for businesses have been reached. The two-day forum is expected to address difficulties facing by businesses in Francophone states and open up investment opportunities for them.
A business forum took place in Berlin on June 25th to look at prospects of the cooperation between Vietnam and Germany, as well as of the European Union-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement.
Opening the function, Vietnamese Minister of Industry and Trade Vũ Huy Hoàng said bilateral relations have been flourishing, especially since the establishment of their strategic partnership in 2011. From 2000 to 2013, two-way trade turnover jumped by 7.5 times to $7.7 billion and stood at $2.34 billion in the first 4 months of 2014. Germany is currently the largest European trade partner of Vietnam, accounting for 20% of the Southeast Asian countries' total export to Europe, he noted. In addition, there were nearly 230 German projects in Vietnam, with a total capital of $1,000 $246 billion as of the end of May. According to the minister, there are a lot of good opportunities for the two countries to expand their cooperation, particularly when Vietnam and the EU are working hard to soon conclude negotiations of the EU-Vietnam Free Trade Agreement in 2014. During the forum, participants look into opportunities as well as challenges of investment cooperation and sought ways to boost trade ties. The Vietnamese side asked German businesses to consider cooperation and material supply as supporting industries to help Vietnam ease its dependence on imported materials.
Domestic and foreign experts discuss ways to increase the effectiveness of resource use and management at the regional workshop hosted by the central city of Da Nang on June 25th and 26th.
The event is part of the ongoing Integrated Resource Management in Asian Cities Urban Nexus project. It is implemented by the German Agency for International Cooperation with financial support from the German Federation Ministry for Economic Cooperation and Development. Participants reviewed progresses of realizing urban nexus initiatives in participating cities and experience sharing in the fields. They also mentioned the importance of state management to the urban nexus and discussed next steps of the project. Participating in the project, Da Nang has been assisted by experts of German Agency for International Cooperation in improving the capacity of treating wastewater and managing urban agriculture. The city's representatives voiced hope that Asian cities will further enhance advanced technology transfer and sharing of management experiments to heighten the efficiency of managing and using resources towards a sustainable Asia. Many said the Asia-Pacific region faces rapid urbanization, which causes serious impacts on resources, especially water, energy, and food. 10 cities in 6 Asian countries include China, Mongolia, the Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnam. The project will run until December 2015.
An exhibition of 30 lacquer paintings by Vietnamese artists opened at the State Museum of Oriental Art in Moscow on June 25th. The event marked the start of the Vietnamese Cultural Days in Russia.
Among those attending the opening ceremony were Vietnamese Minister of Culture, Sports and Tourism Hoàng Tuấn Anh and Deputy Director of the Russian Ministry of Culture's Department of Cultural Heritage, Dmitry Sergeyev. Lê Ngọc Định, Deputy Head of the Vietnamese Ministry's International Cooperation Department, said the display introduces special values embodied in Vietnamese lacquer paintings. Lacquer paintings are composed on wooden boards, on which numerous layers of lacquer are applied through a lot of steps. Artists use popular materials such as shell and mineral powder, along with precious metals like gold and silver, to create their works. The Vietnamese Culture Days in Russia is scheduled to run through July 1st in Moscow, St. Petersburg, and Yaroslav cities. 80 Vietnamese artists will participate in the event, which will feature Vietnamese outside or traditional long dress, folk and contemporary music, martial arts, paintings, and films. A roundtable conference on cultural partnership and trade promotion between the two countries will also be held during the event.
Cham ethnic people in the central province of Bình Thuận on June 25th commenced celebrations to welcome the traditional Ramuan festival. This is the biggest festival of its kind of the local Islamic community.
The most important part of the month-long event is the ceremony to clean and decorate the ancestral graves. Then families worship at home in commemoration of their ancestors. People also throng pagodas to pray for peace, happiness, and bumper crops. In recent years, the festival has drawn a large crowd of visitors and researchers, both at home and abroad, to explore the unique culture of the Islamic Cham community there. Art and sport activities also share parts of the event. On the occasion, local authorities visit and present gifts to Cham ethnic people and wish local dignitaries a Happy New Year. Bình Thuận province is home to 41,000 Cham ethnic people, of whom 15,000 are Muslims and the rest Brahmins.
And that is the end of our news. Thanks for watching and goodbye for now.